Hello, welcome back to a brand new video on the Barrett channel again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from, and I hope you enjoy. This is Rural China Part 2.
That we were going places, turning the memories fading. It goes around like trouble, it all grew into hating. Clouds are rolling in, rain rolls down my cheek. Thought some God would save me.
I just want to give a special shout out and thank you to the people who are supporting us on Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon or WeChat. The links are down below. It really does go a long way. Okay, so jumping straight into the video. So we were fortunate enough to see a friend of a friend's house, and he lives in a very old traditional style home, which I've never seen before in real life. And he also has his own tea plantation in the sort of surrounding area. So this was really interesting to look at.
So we're at a friend's house, and here, well, it's not his house. He doesn't live here. This is a place where he has a lot of tea bushes planted. So he uses it as it's basically a place where there's tea bushes planted.
We spent the next sort of 20 minutes having a look around this tea plantation. It was quite interesting actually, because obviously you need a very specific climate for tea. So I've never actually seen one before. I just want to jump in here and say this is part 2, as you can see by the title of the rural Meizhou trip. And you want to be checking out part 1, which I will drop a card at the top right hand of the screen here. If you haven't seen it, watch that and then come back to this video. So this is a very typical old style Chinese building, like house as you will. So you go in the front door. A lot of them will have these kind of signs on the outside, and then you go in this door, and because this house was built when there wasn't that much, there wasn't electricity, you've got a hole in the roof so that the light can come in. So there's a hole in the floor so it catches the rain, and it's kind of got a few little individual places.
And here it's actually 2 floors, but you need to climb the ladder here up there.
Really?
It's like a loft.
Oh, I see. So that's floor 2. You got to put a ladder up so you can get up there. Is this? So it's almost like it's outside rooms and the whole thing's a house, right? It's like because everything's outside and you can get in from here and here.
Yeah, here's the second floor. Here's
Another area with an open roof. Oh, that looks quite cool.
Quite old.
So we've got some water dripping in here now. You could have a little shower. Yeah, so what typically used to happen is, and still happens now to a certain extent, right? It's like a lot of generations will live together in the rural areas. So you'll have maybe 10, 12 people in the same house and maybe 3 generations. So that's why these places are so big and there's a lot of rooms. So they can all sort of have their separate space.
Yeah, in old times, this is already a very good house.
Really?
Yeah, at that time.
So this would probably be owned by a rich guy, like back then, unless he's owned it the whole time. Then there's another sort of, it's quite cool how it's built, like little passageways and stuff. Oh, very interesting. Oh, right.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. Today we are going to see the mountain. Now, here is my hometown. I'm 6 years old. See you next time. Take care.
你会开车吗?
Yes.
Are you the driver? We then made our way to a temple, a very, very old traditional Chinese temple where people will go to sort of pray for good luck, if you will, and give back to their ancestors in way of burning fake things like money, fake money and fake TVs that are made out of cardboard and things like that. We actually made a whole dedicated video to this one, so I'm not going to go over that too much, but what I will do is drop a card at the top right hand of the screen. If you are interested in these sort of cultural things, then you'll definitely want to check that out and then come back to this one. After the temple, it was time to head to where we were staying for the night. Thinking you're the big man up there, are you? Does look large. It looks large. Look at him thinking he's all this.
Yeah, this ain't my chair.
Sat in the throne.
This is my throne.
Oh my days.
Crown.
Unbelievable. This is the tea station. This is very extremely traditional, typical Chinese style. We've got all the... There's nothing soft about Chinese homes, is there? It's all hard wood, hard floors. So it's not too bad in Shenzhen or, in the south, but in the north it's like this as well, where it's freezing, which is just mad. But yeah. Not really your comfy, cosy kind of home, is it? It's a bit far away, that TV, isn't it? So for whatever reason, I didn't actually film much in that house, but you get the gist of it anyway. You get the kind of look and feel for a traditional Chinese house. Anyway, we slept there, and then the next morning we got up to go to the sort of town area. Which we had a little kind of incident, which you'll come to see very shortly.
That we were going places, turning the memories fading. It goes around like trouble. It all grew into hating. Clouds are rolling in, rain rolls down my cheek. Thought some God would save me, but I'm left with my sins. Pictures from the past coming to.
Oh, look, here we go. Police are coming, mate.
Don't know where it ends. Can't see the end, but I know this ain't over. Feeling broken on my knees. Lord knows that I tried.
I just want to say here, as I'm sure some of you are wondering, yeah, we're not actually wearing masks, and this is because this was a couple of weeks ago, and at the time there weren't actually any cases in Meizhou. It's one of the safest places in Guangdong, actually. So there was actually nobody on the street. I won't say nobody, but there was very, very few people on the streets wearing masks, because we were only outside passing by people, and it was also very hot and humid. So we felt comfortable without wearing them. That actually wasn't the reason why the police came to us. Maybe it contributed to the reason, but the reason was the friends we were with actually noticed some locals saying, "Oh, foreigners, be careful, be careful." And it started happening quite a lot. So they seemed to think that someone must have contacted the police, or several people contacted the police to let them know that there's foreigners walking around in Meizhou town. And then we got approached. I'm not going to tell you what happened. Because in our podcast a couple of weeks ago, we actually talked in depth about what happened. So I'm going to put a card at the top right hand of the screen here. You can go and check that out and see exactly what happened. Anyway, that's going to wrap this one up. Thank you very much for watching. Let us know down in the comments if you enjoy the videos from places that are off the beaten track like this one. Let us know as well by liking this video. It really goes a long way. And share it around. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.